Hey everybody, got some new additions to the family farm. See how they're doing. I just got them about 20 minutes ago. How you doing, girls? Girls and boys, huh? There he is. There he is. Got some guinea fowl. Some young ones. I gotta put the nest in for them yet. Yeah. These are in high demand up here. People get them because they eat the bugs in the gardens and they don't eat the gardens, which is pretty cool. And I said this in a past video, up here we've had all our bats are dying, so there's no bats coming down eating the bugs in the summer anymore. There's a big bat cave across the road up in the mountains, and they got a bat disease there that traveled from New York State over here. Now it's down as far as Virginia. Actually, it was down as far as Virginia last spring, so maybe it's even further. So that's why I got the guinea hens. That's why people are buying them, so they eat the bugs, eat the mosquitoes, everything. Plus, they have very tasty eggs. They're small. A lot of people like them better than chicken eggs. So I'm going to start breeding them. The thing is, now I got to let them out one at a time, so they'll come back. You let one out at a time, and he won't go far because he wants to be near the other ones, because they constantly talk back and forth. Then the next day you let a different one out, and that's how they get used to being here. I'm lucky where I moved them up front. I don't have many predators up here. When I had animals my chickens in the back, I had coyote and a three-legged bobcat and a couple of hawks take them. So, but since I moved them up here, I haven't had any problems. Anyway, I also have problems with flooding. We have beavers were infested with them, and they've got dams all the way down the river. And maybe I'll videotape that, show you what I mean. All right, guys, have fun, get used to the place. How you doing, baby? Huh? We got a blind chicken here. See, she's blind completely in one eye and probably 10% of vision in the other. She's an old bird. She actually became a pet. She follows you all over the place, sweet as heck. She'll sit in your lap, fall asleep in your lap, and the son of a gun still lays eggs. And the biggest eggs of the bunch. Anyway, up in the mountain here, there's ski mountains behind that. And this is thousands of acres. It used to be farmland, but they diverted the bat and kill here, and they made it into a man-made wetlands. So every time it rains or snows, and now we have the smoke coming off the mountains, plus we're getting rain like crazy, it floods. And you can see down here my pastures got flooded, and this is nothing compared to what it was. Plus we got a mountain across the street. Snow's still up there, so that's got to melt and come down. Plus when it rains, it comes down. So we're getting killed. Always happens in spring. The biggest problem is the properties, the railroad has a right of way and they're not maintaining it. Wetlands won't let you walk in there and do anything. And this forestry bought the place, bought the land. So you can't get in there and do anything. Forestry finally gave you permission to knock the beaver dams down. Had 12 beaver, right? I'll show you a lodge back here later. There's a lodge back here. Actually, it's way back. It's back in that direction. I'll get closer. But was 7 dams before and 3 or 4 after. And they pulled 12 beaver out of here, 5 beaver down there, and another quarter mile there's a golf course. They pulled 10 out of there, and there's more up the line they're pulling out. It's an epidemic this year. Anyway, I'll take you down, walk down the railroad tracks, and I'll show you what I mean. That's on my property. I don't maintain it. I don't keep it cleaned up on the road because this is quicksand in that pond, or quick mud or whatever, and we've had a moose disappear in here. We had tracks going in the moose in the snow and not coming out. The horse and buggy disappeared in there years ago. They put a telephone pole in there and it went down. It's only down about, you can see the bottom, it's only like 2 feet down, but it's quick mud or quicksand. Anyway, across the pond over there is where I've noticed the beaver. They haven't been around for 2 years, and they chopped all the little trees down there. That's how I first noticed them. I'll take a walk over there. Like I say, in the summer this all grows up and you can't see it, which I like because it creates some kids would go in there and drown. And over here is the bridge. It's really pretty here. It's been nice weather last week, and now it's gotten windy and cold again. I don't know if you can see all the trees eaten by the beaver down there. they do is they come over here, they take the little trees down, they go across my pond, and they go up the other side of the railroad track, and they build a dam. You'll see they'll chop down smaller trees, bigger trees, and they don't need them. Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, that's 17. This is where they seem to like these trees here. And they leave them behind. 18, 19, cut down so far. And here's where, like I said, it hits the bridge and it comes down here. Starts down here, but then it floods the whole area. And nobody will do anything about it. It's just total, it's all government run. They won't do anything about it, but they won't let you do anything about it. I did get permission to knock the beaver dams down, but that's not, it's ridiculous. That's not going to do any good. They just build more. Let's go over here. The area was flooded for 3 weeks in here, and it's going to flood again tonight. We're supposed to get rains, and the snow is still coming off the mountain. When spring comes, naturally the snow comes off the mountain. It is colder up there, but when it gets warm, it comes down. Then you get rain on top of it. Forget about it. These are the tracks. This track is used for commercial purposes. Actually, I did a video on this because it's funny. We have I'm looking out the back, and all of a sudden I see a Santa Fe train go by an engine, and they got a Santa Fe train. I guess they leasing it. And it's funny to see a Santa Fe train going through the pond. That's a small dam that all garbage. What happens because of the other dams? The water usually doesn't come here. It usually goes all the way around, but because of the dams blocking up, it comes back. It's diverted here, so it is a little dam. Anyway, last week, my neighbor, they get flooded, like I said, and they can't get in the road. One of them, I hear boom. I thought somebody shot a gun or something. We came out here, and here they were. They blew up. They had one stick of dynamite, and they blew that stupid dam up. And I said, well, that's great, but let me show you down here. That's not going to do any good. The one there. By the way, this is the headwaters of the Bat and Kill River. It's world famous for its fishing, its catch and release. It runs up further from Vermont, and it comes and it runs through New York State. And it's clean anyway. Let me show you this. Back there's a lodge. I showed my neighbor. He says, you're blowing that thing up. Look at this. And he goes, well, I can't do anything about that. But the beaver are gone. The guy who took the beaver blew holes in there because to catch the last beaver, you blow holes through it, and then they come to fix the dam, and that's how you catch the last ones. Another funny story. One time, there's a culvert that comes from that restaurant across the street. It runs into my pond, and one year it was maybe another month from now it was warm, ready. Leaves were coming on the tree. I was in the house and I looked outside, and all of a sudden it looked like leaves blowing all over the place. And I go, how can leaves be blowing all over? They're already, it's spring. I came out, they were baby ducklings. I mean, there had to be 50, 70 of them. I don't know how many there were. And then they were gone. And I went and told the lady, and then they came back like a day later, and I told the lady across the street about the ducklings. She said, yeah, they came down one morning, and all these ducklings were in their kitchen because they leave the door open. So it had to be warmer weather. And they all took off and ran, and she watched them. They ran up their yard, right on the other side of the street, and came down, went to the culvert and came into my pond. Now that's a pretty scary situation for a baby duckling to end up in a fine restaurant where they serve duck. I've never seen the ducks again. We have ducks that come here, all kinds of ducks, but I've never seen baby ducks here since then. That was about 3 years ago.